face that I'm not even sure his mother could love. Hello everyone, it is I, GG's for Gamers, and we're taking a look at the Saban's Power Rangers T-Rex Battlezord with Red Ranger. There's the Red Ranger from the upcoming Power Rangers movie in March. Looking all alienish. This comes with a little mini Red Ranger. And can do little missile blasts. There's missiles and a cannon that docks, and we have a giant, huge ass T-Rex. He's long, he's big, his packaging is huge, there's a morpher in the back. And he can of course collect and combine, create the colossal Megazord, which I've been told when all are assembled, it creates a 2-foot tall Megazord, which is probably the biggest North American Megazord ever created. Let's take a look at the back. Ranger cockpit, dual missile firing action, Little Red Ranger, Jason's voice, I highly doubt that. Battle sounds. There's the T-Rex. Build the Megazord. There's a Pterodactyl. Saber-tooth tiger. The Triceratops with 6 legs. And the Mastodon with 8 legs. And a spiderweb launcher. Because apparently Mastodons and spiders are interchangeable in the eyes of Saban and Landscape. Okay, we're gonna crack this baby open and see just what it has to offer. So, give me 1 second. Oh my, he's, I wasn't kidding when I said he was huge. Okay, so here we have the T-Rex in his T-Rex mode. It's a long tail. He's got some legs. It's very blandly painted. There's some blue, some silver, some gunmetal gray. You can open up his mouth. Alright, hello. Cool. There's what appears to be the little cockpit in blue right there. Some orange on the missiles. These missile launchers are essentially his arms. I guess those would be like his fingers? I don't know. And hey, hello. How you doing? Megazord head in the undercarriage. And, you know. I really don't know what to say about this guy. But here's our little ranger dude. Here's Jason. He's got the morphing grid light. His chest. Pretty decent helmet, head sculpt. Hemet. Who's Hemet? I don't know. Hemet the Hermit. Visor looks good. He can move his legs to sit. He can move his arms all around. Head doesn't move, unfortunately. But, you know, I mean, it's a very, very tiny micro figure. I mean, this thing, I think this thing is smaller than most, like even a Legion class Transformer would probably outclass this. And this kind of reminds me of, when you bought the Thunder Megazord back in, like, '94, you got little mini Rangers with it, riding the Zord, so that's kind of cool. Riding the Megazord's chest cockpit. Speaking of cockpit, it's interesting because the way you put Jason in here is you open up the mouth. You can get this T-Rex Zord doesn't like to stand. Get him seated. And you slide him in there. You slide him into the T-Rex's mouth. There he is. He's chilling. And that's where he rides, inside the mouth of the monster. The monster T-Rex. Look at those teeth. So yeah, that's this movie rated again. I have a feeling that this Zordon in this movie is probably Walter White reincarnated as a giant floating head that mentors teenage superheroes, so he's probably smoking some crystal meth when he came up with these designs. Oh, I'm not sure how I feel about the movie designs, honestly. I like some of them. I like the Ranger suits. I like Rita's design. The putties are okay. Goldar looks like a melted cheese monster, or as our good friend Nate from Cryptor put it, the frozen piss monster. Power Rangers, beware of the frozen piss monster. His order can penetrate even the Megazord's mighty armor. Of course, T-Rex does have missile. He's very hard to stand this guy. He likes to lean forward. He's very much a Jurassic Park style T-Rex. Okay, so I'm just gonna prop him up. These are pressure launchers, so just, yeah. They don't fire as far as they can, or as they should. I would prefer it if they were spring-loaded. Like, I mean, I get... Oh, that one went really far, actually. I could see how much pressure you apply to him. See, but, yeah, see what I mean? He likes to lean forward. So, for articulation, he, well, you know, he can move his... he can open his mouth. His arms can move. Kind of very slightly. His legs can move. They're on ratchet joints. We'll see why in a minute. His knees have articulation. There's a fist. A hole. And the tail does nothing. And he can move the gun. And he does have battle phrases.
Battlezord, it's time for battle.
Indeed it is. Blasty blasty.
1, 2, 3.
Super blasty blasty. More blasting. Okay.
Battlezord, it's time for battle.
And that's it. This is $50 in Canada at Toys R Us and most other places, I assume. I was lucky enough to get it on sale today, but for 50 bucks, with the sparse paint and the battle noises and the missile launchers, and the, really, they couldn't have included a little latch to open up here, because this is the actual cockpit in the movie, I think. Why do you gotta be in here? I don't understand. I don't know. I guess you could, if you wanted to, have him ride up top. Oh, geez, see? That's what I mean. He's not very stable, so... Let's start getting... Let's show you what the Megazord's torso will look like. So here's our torso. There's the morphing grid again, to match the Ranger suits. And here's our head. The head of a mutated Gundam. Looks nothing like the original Megazord's head. But that is to be expected. Oh my lord. Okay, we're gonna need to take a moment to get this thing fully assembled. So here's the Megazord torso. As you can see, this thing is gonna be huge when it's fully completed. I believe it. So there's the head. Legs become arms. You got a little cannon. Got some elbow and shoulder articulation. That falls out because that's a very flimsy little connection. His head's hanging in the back. You can still put Jason there, just have him riding around. Yeah, wow, this thing is gonna be gigantic. These are left over. These are gonna attach to the pterodactyl wings. One thing I must say, the connections, like the ports, taking off especially on the legs, taking them on and off, they are really tight. Like, I know they're gonna loosen over time, but this thing says ages 4 and up on the box. A 4-year-old is not gonna have the strength to pull these off. I had a hard time pulling these on and off. So that's a big problem with Bandai. I really don't know why they decided to make the joint connectors so tight. I assume to make sure that they would stay in place, but I could easily take apart the Legacy toy line, and that's meant for 15 and up. So I don't know what kind of backwards ass logic is going on here. But we can have a little Red Ranger like, I don't know. You can't stand from there. Let's go back to T-Rex mode. So, overall, I don't think this thing is worth $50. If you're really curious, like, if your kids really want the Megazord, I'd say wait for Toys R Us to release the 5-in-1 pack with all the Zords and all their stuff for $100, rather than going out and spending $50 on this, $40 on sale, and then probably like, let's see, the rest of the Zords are 20 bucks each in the States, so that would make them probably 25 or so up here. So you're going to be spending well over 150 bucks to get the entire Megazord if you buy it separately. So if you're very curious, if your kids are interested in this, buy them the Ranger toys, like the action figures, maybe buy them the interactive movie Megazord. It is 70 bucks, but it has more lights, sounds. It comes with all the Ranger figures, not just Jason. It's really lacking in paint, but I don't think kids are going to care about that. It has a lot more playability than this. This is really for like people who want the big Megazord. And this needs a lot more paint. I'm going to have fun taking Gundam markers to this and just making it look awesome. A lot of people, some people already have. There's some amazing custom jobs on these Zords already. So, overall, this is going to be an interesting movie. especially with stuff like this and the Spider Mastodon and Frozen Piss Monster. Should have just called it Power Rangers vs. the Frozen Piss Monster and the Wonder of the Spider Mastodon. I still go see that in IMAX. GTV Noobs for Gamers signing out. Have a good day, everybody.